Hello, everyone, and welcome to Unchatable. I'm your host, El Hardo, with my co-host Jackal and Rivers, and today we have a special guest, Margaret. Margaret, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey guys, I'm Margaret. It's fan on Twitter, so I've been doing this for about almost a year now. It's really awesome to be on the podcast today.
Thank you. We're glad to have you.
Yeah.
Funny thing, this can be considered our take two of this episode due to some tragic technical difficulties. We recorded an entire episode and it didn't really go through. So here we are tomorrow in the morning, about 12:45 p.m. CST, and yeah. So let's get right into it. We're going to talk a little bit about more about the Persona Twitter accounts and sort of like where we started and how it's changed throughout basically a year of being active. So I'm gonna start with myself. My account EY Firearms, although it used to be EY Says, because that was sort of like the trend at the time, where it's like, oh, it's like the character, but their Says account or whatever. And I started mine because of Lavenza. No surprise there. Mainly because of their Persona 5 villains go on vacation video, which is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, and nothing is wrong with it in my opinion. And then after that, yeah. So you start out with your little account, and really the only way to get big or like even get a little bit of attention is to leech off of everyone else. So you sort of like comment in like the big people's profiles and be like, "Hey, look at me! I'm here and I'm relevant. Let's go!" Yeah. So, but eventually doing enough of that, and you form real friendships, and it's great. And so throughout this whole year, through everything that's been changing with the sort of community on it, it's just been great because you always got these people who got your back and start podcasts with you, and it's great. So how about you, Jackal? What's your experience been like with the Persona Suez stuff?
The way I had found the community was a friend of mine on Twitter had retweeted something from Maharu Gardens. I went to check her out. She was funny. She had other people, and I messed around and I watched everyone else's posts. I'm like, hey, I like to be a part of this. Like, so what can I do? And so I noticed that oh, it's all focused on Persona 5. Huh. What if I made one around Persona 4? And so I went on. I did a little bit more research on Persona 4 because it was very vague to me because I'd only completely played through Persona 5. I played snippets of Persona 4 at the time, and it was like a few years ago, and I made my account. And then I started replying to Ryuji and the original Akira account, and then Akira account made a shout out to me whoa, say hello, check out you underscore investigate, you says being on here. And I was all awkward with it. I was not good with it whatsoever. And I was trying to go along. But long story short, and that's how I ended up staying around. That's it for me.
Sorry, my cat is fucking being an asshole right now. I'll fix that. But
Don't
anyway,
you hate when your cat's an asshole?
well, my cat's a fucking asshole. While I'm making sure my cat doesn't do that, Rivers, how about you go?
Yeah. So if you started in January, I started in November. My account was my main account, and I just switched it over to a Persona Says account, which was basically a fan site for the Persona Says accounts, hence my name, Persona Says. And I don't even think it was November. It was after November of 2017 when I started. And so I just retweeted stuff, and I made my own memes, and I was cool, and I was happy.
Sweet.
And I love Yosuke.
I mean, that much is obvious.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love
So that's why
Yosuke?
the theming is around Yosuke, but it's not about Yosuke. I just love him.
Cool. All right. Well, how about you, Margaret? Sort of round it all off.
Okay, so I started in May of last year, and basically, how I came to be Margaret on Twitter was one day I started talking to Lavenza. Then a couple days after, I started shit posting as Margaret. I changed my user on Discord to Margaret just to meme at Lavenza. Idea of basically putting me as sort of the Margaret for Twitter iffy on it because it was such a weird world. Introduced me to the Pancake server, and when I started using it, I was just kind of weirded out by how many people were impersonating Persona characters. I was like, this is a thing.
It's very niche. It's really weird, but I like it.
Yeah. So I was in the middle of making my account, and then Levens just keeps DMing me "Are you done yet? Are you done yet?" And, he created a post for me to basically start off, it blown up real well thanks to Lavenza, and now I'm just doing this.
Yeah, well, that's
It's
great.
sort of a hobby.
So, yeah, it is definitely a hobby. It's not really like nothing really feasible except it's weird because in terms of like you said that like oh no one else is really doing Margaret. That's funny because Lavenza actually used to do Margaret and Elizabeth and Igor and Yaldabaoth. He had like a
And Theo, but no one loves him.
oh yeah that's true
Yeah.
and Theo. It's funny they actually forgot about him. They they had their account used to be Velvet Room Says, so they had access to literally everyone, and they can make memes about them. And I'm just thinking, sometimes Lavenza's like, oh man, it's kind of hard to find content and stuff, and I'm like, yeah. Well, I'm thinking, man, if she like kept that, I'm just gonna say she and he. I'm gonna alternate between the two because I can't decide my mind. Um,
You can just
like
say he.
yeah, okay, yeah, he. Sorry,
We're
he.
referring to the ad, so yeah.
Yeah, he would be like, "Oh shoot, I can't think of anything." I'm like, man, if you just kept like the Velvet Room Says, you'd have like content for days. He's like, yeah, but it's too. I just didn't want. He wanted to focus on one specific like person, and what.
But
better
you can have
person
like a
to
daily
focus on.
thing where you bully Theodore.
That's true. But still, I mean, they can still do that. They can do whatever they want, and they still get like tons of likes because they're
Mm.
great. They're great. Yeah, they're good.
Because they're funny.
He's a funny. Yeah, it's the
Some
secret
of those-
ingredient. Funny.
He'd make it work.
Yeah.
Some of those really great posts came from like the desperation of wanting to make content.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
kind of a positive for him to just focus on one thing because a lot of greatness can come out of it.
Yeah, that's great. That's just true. I actually have some
great.
stuff cooking, but I stopped trying to do so much video edits. I was really focusing on that for a bit, and I was like, meh, maybe I should just do more photo edits. I'm not sure. But another
Cocoa
thing.
Puff thing was so good, man.
Oh, thank you. It's still one of my crowning achievements. Fucking
I
love that
loved
video.
it so much, man. Yeah.
Reese's Puff. But yeah, it's great. But I'm also working on a video edit. Something I've been working on since, God, I guess it would be like November of last year. It's like a 4-minute long video, and I have to do like the thing where I like have like the PNG of the head like moving along like smoothly. You know how because I like doing that. I don't like it when I see those videos. Like they're funny, yeah. Because like I saw a video that someone posted today where it's like that scene from The Incredibles 1, but it's like with like Frozone and like the cop with the gun pointed at him, and he like goes like freeze or whatever, right? I saw
Yeah.
an edit of that where it's like of Lucas and like Wolf. It's pretty great, but like I was like I don't really like how that it's so shaky because like to me that just looks wrong. So I'm like I like to do it like I literally do it frame by frame and make sure that the head movements like look good. It's really tedious, and I don't know why I do it to myself, but it feels so satisfying when it actually comes out. So I've been working on this video, and I've been slacking off so much. I really need to like just get like a good couple of days and just do it, and I'm sure I'll get it done.
Okay, to be honest, my last video post, which was of the Nanako spoiler thing,
Uh-huh.
all I did was like, I have a Mac. I don't have like any specific video editors. I just have iMovie.
Uh-huh.
I just use a green screen version of
the girl. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
girl that I found, like template I found on Twitter, on YouTube, and then I put it over 2 scenes I downloaded from Nanako from Persona 4 Dancing, and then gameplay from Persona 4, the vanilla Persona 4.
Yeah.
Fair. It's not as it doesn't take as much editing as yours, but like that's just like how I operate.
No, that's totally valid. I'm not like dissing anyone who doesn't do that, but me
No,
personally,
I never.
I love taking time and making these beautiful, beautiful things that nobody sees, and I love it. It's great.
Right.
Yeah, your content's
So-
really great.
Thank you. I try. I try very hard.
I know.
Just like
It's
breaks.
like you're
down-
pyrocynical and I'm pie.
There are some days. There are some days where I just like just make a post within like 20 minutes and it gets like 500 likes at the end of the day. So I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah.
No, that's just my account altogether.
People who just put in a lot of effort for like just like I don't know 100 likes.
It's surreal at times.
Yeah.
It's
I edited Joker into the Persona 5 roster like back in July, and that got like 127 likes. But like I
You
spent
mean the
3
Smash
hours
roster?
editing it.
You mean the Smash
The,
roster?
the official Smash
You
roster.
said the
Yes.
yeah.
Persona
Yeah.
like Persona 5 Smash Ultimate roster of Joker being put in.
And then someone stole
And
it.
then, but no, when I if I just edit out some dialogue for you saying that, like, I mean, 5 seconds was him in front of Nanako in the hospital saying, "This is why you vaccinate your kids," and suddenly that blows up and gets like 800 likes.
Yeah.
It's a strange world out there.
It's a strange world, strange meme world. You never know what's
The
popular
social media
until it's
is so
not,
demanding.
until you realize your stuff's not popular. But yeah, no. Let's move away from that for a bit, and let's talk a little bit about Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out. When is it next? It's next week. Next somewhat.
A week from tomorrow.
A week
Of the
from
time of this
tomorrow?
filming. So
Okay,
on the
so-
29th of January.
So about 8 days. Which is funny because I decided to curse myself and not be able to do it, but I bought the remix 1 point whatever 2 point final remix extra whatever. Yeah, that thing. And I was like,
you did it.
I'm gonna beat it all and then play Kingdom Hearts 3, and that's not gonna happen. But,
Try again.
yeah, try again, not happening. But I'll still try, and I'll definitely play all of it, and then I'll play Kingdom Hearts 3 because at first I was just like, I'm just gonna play Kingdom Hearts 3. It doesn't really matter. And then I was like, I saw all this.
Spoiling
like,
it has become.
Yeah.
Spoiling has become a meme at this point, so you're probably gonna get spoiled way ahead.
All right, that's fine. But like, I saw all this like love and like so much like, whoa, okay, this seems like something important. So maybe I should actually sort of appreciate it before I go into it. If that makes any sense. But yeah, no, that's pretty much. Sorry.
You go.
Oh, no, yeah. That's pretty much me on Kingdom Hearts 3. Just like, oh, I don't know anything about it, but I'm willing to learn. So yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What are your thoughts?
I actually watched a leak, like what, Sunday? It was really good. I was happy with it.
Mm.
Was it like a gameplay leak or was it like a spoiler scene?
It was just gameplay, right? And I'm not gonna say anything about it because I don't want to spoil you guys. But I was happy.
Okay.
I was
Like,
happy.
it looks good to you. Okay.
Right.
It looked great to me.
Okay.
Sounds-
That's fine too. That's fine. What about you, Jekyll?
I've been playing the games the past year, and I just finished up Dream Drop Distance back in December, December 2nd,
Mm-hmm.
and I am just so excited for this game because like Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably one of my favorite games of all time, and they're going back to like that similar play style again, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
Well, on the other hand, they're just going bonkers with all the previous ideas because now Sora has like more than just a Keyblade, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I've been playing. I'm getting used to the combat style, but I have to say it's really nice. At first, I was afraid because I was like, "There's no real options besides like moving out of the way slightly and then hitting." But then it's like you get the abilities, and it's like dodge roll, and it's like all these rampage items.
Dodge
okay,
roll, dodge,
okay,
Donald.
okay. So I was like, "Yeah, all right, that makes sense now. That makes sense." Margaret, you said you weren't in our failed podcast yesterday. You said you weren't that excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, or you just didn't really care that much, was it?
I just didn't really care, but
Yeah.
this is probably the first Kingdom Hearts where I was like, "Wow, this looks good!" Like, oh my god,
It looks
first-
good. Like you see, like those.
What?
You just have to take a screenshot
get-
from the Pirates of the Caribbean thing, and you're like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, I guess what got me excited for it was like basically the inclusion of Toy Story. So I was like, "Oh boy, man!"
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's so crazy that they took them this long, huh?
And I was like, "That's just it brings me memories of that, Just
Yeah.
like, wow."
It's funny that it's taken this
Is it
long for
just-
video games to look. Well, actually, no. It's kind of hard to say, but like,
Yeah.
There's a
I
distinct
thought it was
lack of 2D animated movies this time around, but that's okay.
yeah, it's more live action
Yeah.
3D movies. But
Live
I mean,
action and then Pixar.
that's kind of like that's sort of like representative of how Disney is going. So, or has been going for like the
Right.
past 10 years. So it's not
Mhm.
too sad to see because it's just sort of like, well, what else are they gonna do? They're not gonna like start.
When was the
reusing
last time they
worlds
even
from
had a
2D
2D
stuff.
animated film?
I don't want to say it's still Princess and the Frog. I'm pretty sure like something else has come along, but
No, I'm pretty sure it's Princess and the Frog.
really,
Yeah,
Oh
that was
my
last one.
God, how long?
That was
ago
like
that?
in-
Does anyone know?
2009.
That was like
I
what,
believe.
2010, I think? I don't know.
10?
2009.
2009.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Oof. It's like that's a whole 10
Cool.
years. But yeah, no. See, like that's what I mean. Like, it's sort of like Kingdom Hearts 3 being more about the live action and like the CGI stuff is like, well, that's what Disney is. Like,
It's what Disney's growing to be.
Yeah.
Now, if future, like, because we know this is definitely not going to be the end. They're going to make more of these. I don't want to see them put in like a Star Wars or a Marvel because that it just I don't think it really fits the world. Don't get me wrong. A lightsaber keyblade would be amazing. It would look cool, but I don't think it really fits the world.
I think they should because they literally put Tron in the game by now. They put Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right. Yeah.
At this point, I would expect it. That would be pretty cool.
Nah, I prefer a Muppet world.
You come up here, keep the Sora.
Muppets.
Yeah, I would prefer like Marvel actually. Marvel seems like Marvel seems like its own thing still to me, at least.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Star Wars
is
is absolutely owned by Disney. Yeah.
Just to me, it's just owned by Disney. It's just what I mean.
Yeah.
But I'm excited either way.
KH4 predictions: Marvel, Star Wars, Coco,
Muppets.
Coco, movie, Coco, Spanish World.
I don't think they can ever make it that beautiful again.
I summon. Oh wait, Coco.
Listen, people who think that they can just play Kingdom Hearts 3 without playing any of the previous games, like fully,
that'd be okay.
The spin-offs are important, UI.
You call them spin-offs. I call them bonus chapters. There's a number of things wrong with it, like story-wise. People are gonna be all confused, like, oh my god, what's a Keyblade? What's a Xehanort? Why is Goofy wearing a black hood? It's gonna be wild, and it's not gonna make sense to them. And they're gonna be like, oh, this is pretty epic, but they're not gonna know the significance of all of it.
Yeah, and I think people are actually gonna see now that Kingdom Hearts in general always had like kind of iffy writing, right? And
Kingdom Hearts 1 is so rough now these days.
Yeah, it was always the writing was always like not as good. It wasn't good, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna see that
even in 3, it's like, well, good for you, but guess what?
I don't.
It's like in a serious battle.
I don't know.
Always thought
Hold on. Sorry. Can I say something?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm interrupting everyone.
Go ahead, man.
I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 1 right now, and I don't know if it's the way he's written or it's just like his actual character, but Leon sounds so bored. He's just like, yeah, the Keyblade, the Harlots are gonna come after you. They're gonna.
Yeah, that's his character, but they could have chose better voice actors.
I'm just saying, he sounds incredibly bored throughout the entire thing.
Trust me, Kingdom Hearts 2 fixes like everything and makes it better.
Okay, all right.
368 Days, right, was written by Nomura himself, right? And that was pretty cool. You could tell. Like, it was kind of more funny.
Yeah.
But he says he's never going to do it again, so that's a shame.
What's up with these titles, man? Like Dream Drop, Distance, Birth by Sleep? Like, I honestly don't
What is this shit?
What crap?
What is this?
Any of the games, but like, I always wondered why is it?
What is this? Tropic Thunder?
Oh, yeah.
Kingdom Hearts Tropic Thunder.
Dream Drop Distance Prologue 28,685 days remix version.
Speaking of terrible titles, let's talk about Persona 5 the animation, and more specifically Persona 5 Dark Sun. Well, who wants to go first and sort of rag on this amazing show? As we all know, it's a really, really good, really top 10 out of 10, amazing animation, good story,
Anime of the year.
Anime of the year.
I think I want to go first.
All
So
right.
I'll just be quick because the Persona 4 animation was better. We all know that. Persona 4 animation, right? That one was just a game as an anime. Like, it was just completely the same.
Yeah.
And Persona 5 anime isn't the same, and it isn't as good. So, Persona 4 animation is Dragon Ball Z, and Persona 5 animation is Dragon Ball Super.
Okay. Well,
Yep, I'm done.
That's sure. Jackal, how about you? Any hot takes?
I'm about to explode, I swear to God. It's... Okay, there is a number of reasons why I hate Persona 5 the animation. As a person who was on a team to possibly abridge it, which that project has unfortunately been canceled.
Yeah, it's sort of crashed
Yeah.
and burned into the ground before it even started.
Yeah, Y knows about this. It's here's what I don't like about it. Okay, the animation is it's inconsistent and it's rushed. So as a storytelling, the writing is not as good as the game. Like the game had its own flaws with its writing and its characters, but at least it had some substance to go over it. The animation does not. Persona 4, the animation, even though the animation itself wasn't as consistent either, at least it was funny, it had good writing, and it was driven very well. The tone, like pacing, was always up. If Persona 5 the animation was a fan-made thing, I would be impressed as hell. But no, it's not. It's an official company. Like A1 has made several different animes before. They've made Erase and they've made SAO. Yes, me complimenting SAO for at least having a consistent art style was they've done good work before and they wasted something as valuable as this. Like I said, Persona 5 was not a flawless game. It was close to perfection, but it has a lot of fumbles around the way. But they could have fixed it. They could have fixed some things the fans hated. They could have fixed some plot holes. But no, everything is so boring and it feels useless. Confidants are rushed. Arcs are just completely dropped. Like Persona 5, they dropped some arcs right after Palaces, but at least they had some implication you could talk to them. Persona 4 the animation, they didn't even have social link. They didn't go full on social links, but at least it had like references and appliances. Kanji never got one. Yosuke Chie, nobody had a confidant thing. Nanako had like her own episode to basically give fans a background on her, but there was no. They focused on storytelling, but they didn't want to rush anything to give you the full experience. Persona 5, though, it keeps trying to give every point possible, and it's not coming out the same way.
And I want to apologize for any audio mistakes or audio like annoyances. Recording over Discord is never a good idea, and if we had the choice to do literally anything otherwise, we would. But yeah, just imagine Jackal sort of breaking up sometimes is like his inner person just breaking apart at the thought of thinking about Persona 5 the animation.
Yeah.
You're really going for, man.
Just think
If any of you guys listening have any alternatives, please let us know.
yeah,
Because
that'd
like
be
we greatly appreciate that over this.
I like a Robot Jackal.
Robo
God
Jackal.
damn it.
What about you, Margaret?
That's
Okay,
great.
well that's it for me.
Okay, so my opinion on like the Persona 5 animation is that like, I was really impressed by the first trailer and I just pointed with how it was all done because it was clearly being rushed and they did that for like 25 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
The OVAs kind of mad to me. I mean, they weren't very great. The pacing, that it was just god awful. Probably my biggest disappointment in that animation so far. How much they build up Goro to the point where it became a meme, and then they just like flat out just
Didn't do anything with them.
the battle was just terrible. Like the battle with like Trader Goro, it was just like, what was that?
Right, like Ren and Takechi's fight was personal, but it was not built up very well.
No, it was not.
Yeah.
And the Shido fight takes about 6 minutes. It was crazy. Sometimes I wonder like how much screen time like Lavenza would get. I'd say like about a minute.
Yeah,
that's about it.
probably. Man, that's not Lavenza in anything Persona 5 is a bad trip because Atlas is gonna be like, fuck you. You don't matter. What are you? It's bad. So Persona 5, the animation for me, it's just like, oh, I saw this and it was like, hey, that looks pretty good. I never saw Persona 4 the Gold in the animation or whatever, so I didn't really have anything to like base it on. But I was
much.
Yeah, I was watching the first couple episodes and I was like, yeah, all right. And then I saw all these mistakes and I'm like, oh, that's kind of sucky. And I just dropped off. It really says something about an anime when like nothing like outright offends you. It just sort of bores you and you just kind of drop off and you're like, I don't really want to see this. And then I'd only check in occasionally like when the episode like came out to be like, is there any EY scenes? No? Okay, bye. Because I'm looking for that content. And so I'm like, okay, that doesn't really work, whatever. I'll just go. And one time when I was doing this, I had noticed that like Rem was like getting out of bed or whatever, and on his shelf where like all the confidant items are in like in the game and stuff, where you get what you get from like doing like I think like their rank 5 or something, is like EY, the little swan boat that EY gives to you, because it's like a toy from Karu or something. I can't remember, but like I was like, oh no, because that meant that they were just doing his confidant off screen, and there's no way in hell I'd be able to like see it like in the actual anime, because I checked earlier and was like, there's no EY confidant scene, so they must just be doing it off screen, and that made me really sad, because that meant pretty much nothing more from EY except maybe till the very end when all the confidants are sort of cheering them on or whatever. So yeah, that to me, big rip. No scenes for EY. As we're sort of talking about Persona 5 and stuff, and does anyone else have anything they want to add or whatever about Persona 5 the animation?
It's bad.
It's bad?
That's all.
Yeah, I mean, that works. Well, let's, yeah, hold on, sorry, what were you saying?
It's like the golden animation. Like, that was also bad, but like this was like on a disappointment on another level, because I already knew what the golden animation was going to be.
Uh-huh.
So it just tears me apart how like the aesthetic was just ruined.
It's just,
for this animation. Yeah.
It's weird because they announced it and you assumed they were working on it, and then they would release it like every week. But it turns out they were doing it at a weekly schedule, which made no sense to me. I'm like, this isn't like some shonen, like big budget, like shonen anime thing. It's like, this is...
It took half a year to announce this and release it.
But like, why? What if they should have just done like an announcement and then like available tomorrow, like, or whatever, and then like everyone would be like, whoa, amazing. And then maybe like they would have been such like, well, if it's weekly, it makes sense. But like, why? What were they doing? Were they just like waiting? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Robo Jackal is trying to communicate with the outside humans, but we won't let him.
Nah, I'm just collecting my phone.
The static
Nothing.
is just...
He's playing his Atari. That's all that matters.
Hold on, wait. You're still picking up static?
Yeah, it's fine. But don't worry about it, Robo Jackal. We'll deal with that later. Well, let's transition from talking about a bad anime with 5 in the title. I guess it doesn't. Well, this transition doesn't really work. Let's talk about JoJo Part 5. Yeah, woo, JoJo.
Yeah.
Woo,
Right,
yeah.
JoJo.
So, okay, first things first. Fighting Gold best intro or best intro?
It's not the best opening,
the
but
best
it's
intro.
Strong.
Best.
I think best intro might be Great Days.
Great Days.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess. I mean,
I don't know. On it by itself, though, without any of the other like stuff backing it up, I like Fighting Gold a lot. But Great Days is pretty fucking.
I love.
Great Days Units version
my
beats
favorite.
everything. That's like the ultimate version of everything. You guys know what that is? Units. Great Days Units.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's where like they're all singing.
Yeah.
Like it's great. It's amazing. It's a golden experience. But yeah, no, JoJo. Looks great. It looks absolutely amazing. They did a really good job of sort of like translating what Araki's art style was at the time into anime. And I can see why it took them so long. And they sort of like did like the Rohan Kishibe like side stories before this. And to sort of get ready and all that.
Right.
But I'm really, it's really interesting. Like, it's really, really interesting sort of looking back and being like, all right, I'm looking at part 5 again. I can't wait. My phone's making noises. Let me deal with this. Someone else go. God, why?
Okay.
Welcome to Discord VC podcast. This is your
Welcome
host,
to hell.
Welcome to awfulness. But you know what?
Welcome to the Pizza Party podcast.
Pizza Party podcast.
Good. You can just call it Super Best Friends Cast, like 278 or something.
Yeah. Just continue. Nobody will notice. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's Castle Super Beast has moved on. We'll take the mantle.
Yeah.
Welcome to the pickle eating podcast.
Hold on. If we're super best friends, and I call Pat a Jackal, I think you'd be I'm gonna say you're Liam. Marge.
I don't know who you guys are talking about, but
shut up. Just let it happen. I'm sorry. Rivers is Matt, and let's say Margaret's Wooly. All right, perfect.
Yeah, I'm Wooly because of the minority.
Yeah, right. The minority. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just skip over JoJo. I think JoJo's is cursed. There's too much.
Yeah.
There's too much JoJo. Just quickly say what you like about JoJo Part 5 before the curse takes us.
Gold,
Okay.
fighting gold is okay. Yeah, great input, Jackal.
This is all going in, right?
Yeah, this is all going in. This is all going in until I can figure. Well, I'm gonna edit out some things, but.
You see, if we had in the original recording session when my internet was better, it wouldn't be a problem.
I'm very excited for Mista.
Eli,
Mista?
Eli, whenever Jackal has static, just put like a voice clip from you Narakami.
Oh. Maybe.
Swear to God, like, am I breaking up still?
Nah.
I think you're
Still
okay.
getting static.
But Marjorie, you said you're excited for Mista?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a lad. What do you like about Mista so much?
I like his like fashion style. Like honestly, like that's something I would probably never wear in real life. But like if I was living in JoJo world, basically I would wear that.
Yeah. I mean,
I know his stand power is like the same as Whole Horse, but whatever. I fucking love it.
He's just a better whole horse, in my opinion.
I love how he's scared of the number 4.
That's so cute.
Well, I mean,
that means he would
like,
hate
like that's like death in Japan or something.
Probably, but
Like, he has like multiple reasons for it.
It's 4 slices.
There's multiple reasons for it.
4? All right.
Oh jeez. But yeah, no. Part 5, JoJo's it just looks pretty, and I like Giorno. He's cool. He's probably one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite JoJos for sure.
He's probably my favorite JoJo period because I like his arc and his style and his stand.
Yeah, his stand's great. Especially later, it gets really confusing and amazing. But let's not talk about that. So if Giorno is my husbando, then let's talk about Persona waifus and husbandos. Who wants to start off with their little husbando, waifu, love, crush, whatever? Last time we started with you, Jan, so how about just do that again?
All right.
Yeah.
The best boy in Persona 4 is Yosuke Hanamura. He's my favorite. He's relatable, and he's okay in combat. And my best P4
He's
girl.
the trash man.
Yes, Mr. Trash Man.
I thought Ketchy was the trash man. Honestly.
No, he's
the trash can.
Wait, no, he also is
Pancake butt.
Pancake butt.
He is both. All right. And my favorite Persona girl is Chie Satonaka because
Why do you like Chie so much?
Of course.
Of course, that's not a reason.
She's cute and she's also relatable. She's the cutest.
I mean, yeah. I can see that.
She's
And I like
dorky with her kung fu movies, and that's cute.
Yeah, and if you're out there, I love you.
What? Yeah, if Chie said
I love you. I
is
miss
real.
you.
And if you play Blaze Blue, Blaze Blue, ship him with Yang, Chie and Yang, all the way.
Yes.
Right. Thing with Yosuke though, he's so sad. He's such a sad lad. You need to give him a hug. He deserves it after what he's been through and all that, everything with Saki and all that. It's like, oh jeez, why Yosuke? Discord sucks. Can we talk about how much Discord?
All right.
Sorry, hold on. Let me. I'll let you finish.
Sucks
first.
for a turn.
But let me see. Discord sucks. I don't know why it sucks so bad. It's like the best way to communicate with your friends, but like it just doesn't work sometimes, and I hate it.
It's my Wi-Fi.
It's my Wi-Fi too, apparently.
Am I bad?
Know. It's all bad. Who knows?
All right.
Yeah, I guess we gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
You, what's your waifu life husbando?
For husbando, I might just have to pick Yusuke because he is a beautiful, graceful boy. Yosuke is second place because he's a trash man. I love Yusuke because like his backstory and then the way he's written and just like he is I love his persona and his fox suit, and he's a beautiful boy.
Yeah, his confidant is just you hanging out with him. Like it isn't like you helping him. You're just there for him.
You're there for him, trying to help him work his way up in the world without his master anymore.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
just his
Yeah.
character drive to fix himself, to find the truth about his mother, and just like him leaving the painting at with Sojiro I cried a little bit when I was playing the game for the first time. I sometimes still do. It just works so well.
I hate Morgana.
Oh
I
snap!
did cry.
Oh
but
my
when
god,
I
it's
cried, yeah.
I kind of have a strong passion to hate him as well, because it's like, hey Ryuji, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're fucking dumb, ha ha, and then what
Morgana's
did I
like,
do to deserve this?
yeah,
None of you.
Morgana is an
Morgana-
actual child.
Was the first to betray the Phantom Thieves.
Personally, Makoto, because like we both run from similar backgrounds, and
Yeah,
I
that's your
do
personal type. Your personal type in real life, you would choose Makoto.
in real life, I would, if there was someone like her, I would emotionally like be driven to her, like attracted, because of like just similar backgrounds between the both of us, because some of the problems she has dealt with, I have dealt with, so
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah.
But then like just for like waifu, like who I'd smash, I'm gonna have to say like probably Naoto, because like she
Yeah.
if Naoto's not already taken by Kanji, then I'm picking her because she's cute, and
Yeah,
she's
Naoto's great.
and she's a bit of a dork with the robot.
So your personal type, like if you, in real life, you would go with Makoto, right? But a
Right.
character that you just like is Naoto.
Like just like
Yeah, character you
who
like.
who would want to like snuggle
Be
and
with.
love would be Naoto.
You love them. Like he's like, just a personal favorite is Naoto.
Like personal favorite,
Yeah.
but like emotionally, and if it was like it was a
Not too-
real life decision, it would be Makoto.
I just can't hear anything. It's over.
That's it.
Okay, great. How about you, Margaret?
I honestly like Makoto too. You know, for the same reasons.
Yay.
That's all I have to really say. Like, yeah.
Okay, any husbandos?
My husbando would probably be Kanji.
Damn.
Mainly
Damn.
for obvious
son.
reasons. I could relate to him a lot, I'd say, because, you know, enjoy like the femininity in his character. That's something
Yeah.
I grew up with because I have like just sisters. I don't have
Yeah.
any brothers. So
Yeah.
I guess I was never really taught how to be a man working. So it's like, yeah.
But oh my god.
Oh my god.
You know what I might do? You know what I actually might do, guys?
What?
So you guys are not coming through it all most of the time. What if I just take audio from last time and just put it
Sure, that can work.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
That'd
Let's
be
roll
so-
with it.
EY.
What's up?
I'll listen to all of it. And see what can be taken out, what can be put in.
Okay, alright, I'll send you over the files over some stuff, and I'll send you the old file,
Yeah.
the one from yesterday too, and we'll work together on this.
You can send it by email or by whatever, you know. Just like
Just share it through Discord, like the MP3. I think that works. Or
Okay,
then
and
you
I'll-
can
Yeah.
email.
I'll
or
probably
whatever.
put a
it might be
disclaimer.
a,
I'll probably put a disclaimer too at the beginning, like warning: this is a Frankenstein podcast.
It's like a turducken.
A turducken.
Yeah,
Yes, we made the
why
turducken podcast.
Jan, like
You can
Jan
keep
cutting
our-
out from Marge, us cutting out from a Y, and a Y not being recorded with us.
all right. Okay, it's already gonna be mixed, so might as well just talk about like Resident Evil 2 hype.
Yeah, let's go for it.
All
All
right.
right.
All right,
Anybody want to go? I'll go.
Okay,
I'll go. Sorry.
You go.
sorry.
Yeah, you go.
Because I'm the most newbie. Resident Evil 2 looks really cool. I've been listening to the Super Best Friends Castle Super Beast podcast. It's still like
Hey.
it leaves a hole in my
you
heart.
can,
Yeah, it leaves a hole in my heart.
you can just start again, EY. It's fine.
No. No, keep it in. It's all good.
Oh my
Keep it
god. Oh my god.
Oh
You like
man.
my static too?
Robo, you go away. Go back to your pin where you belong. But yeah, no. Resident Evil 2, I first started hearing stuff about it from the Castle Super Beast podcast with Pat talking about it and his love for Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil in general. And I've also seen Maximilian's video where it's like the 30 minutes of him playing it, and it's like, whoa, that looks really cool. And it is cool because it's so atmospheric and it's so pretty, but like from everything I've been hearing about it, it's like it's gonna be hard. Like especially with how adorable the zombies are. And they're like, yeah, you shoot off their legs and like all this stuff, and you like shoot them in the head a bunch of times, but they may not be dead unless their head just explodes like a watermelon. It's like, oh geez, so you never know when the zombie's gonna get up and like grab you and then like drag you down. Oh my gosh, it just sounds.
That was the best part of the demo.
Yeah, it's great. It just looks like fun, and video games need to be fun. Like these big. Is this technically AAA or is it like I don't know what AAA is anymore.
It's Capcom, so yeah,
Sure,
I guess.
like just seeing this big fun AAA game is so nice to see, and it just feels great. And I'm very excited for it. It comes out this Friday, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh jeez. Okay. All right. I don't even know how I have time to play it because I gotta be playing Kingdom Hearts. Oh no. I'll figure something out. While I figure out my questionable choices in game playing, how about someone else want to talk about their Resident Evil hype?
Basically, I just started like, wanting to get back into it. Like I seen Resident Evil 7, and I'm pretty impressed what they did with that game. Apart from all the shit that they did before,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't played a Resident Evil game since like 4. The most good one to me, I mean. And now I'm just like waiting on 2 because I really want to get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
5 was okay.
Walking to the walls again.
What was that?
5 was okay.
Okay.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw the playthrough
Okay.
of some best friends playing that. I was like, this is okay. It's not as bad as I remember it, but like it's not good either.
Yeah. It's fine. It's what it had to be, really. It's honestly like another Star Wars Force Awakens. It's like, back to form.
Yeah.
So I work at
Mhm.
Target, and we already have our copies of Resident Evil 2 just like in stock. Like it's in the
Oh
back
boy.
room.
Oh jeez.
I'm gonna need you to mail me a physical copy, Margaret. I'll send you $60 plus $20 tip through PayPal.
It's literally not gonna do anything for you, but okay.
And I'll send you $100 so you can at least eat for a week.
Oh man.
Yeah. So like like we have sealed copies and everything, and you get this little keychain when you pre-order the game there or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Keychains. It's pretty alright, I guess.
I played the
I mean, it's
original
better than
Resident
the-
Evil.
Smash logo that you get with just pre-ordering Smash.
Oh yeah, that's
Mm.
true.
Yeah.
What about you? You seem to be.
Phew, boy. When they first announced that, I
Robot.
was flipping out. Yeah, I know, connection problem.
Just go for it, man. Don't even
Oh.
worry about it. At this point, who cares? We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you're not going to use this audio. You can use the audio from the last one. But it's just good. Okay, the lights. Okay, basically, fuck, it's ready. You know, I don't care. I play Resident Evil 2 on my uncle, like back at my uncle's house when I was really young, and I watched him play it too, and it freaked me out, but it was still really awesome. So when they announced it at E3 this year that it was an HD remake, I was so happy because it was so good. The atmosphere felt right. Visually, it looked like a perfect touch-up from the original, and like even like for like players who have played the original, like when jump scares are coming, they still feel genuine and it's fun. Even some gameplay features that are mixed in from the new games make it feel like it's almost entirely new. It doesn't even feel like the original, but there's still aspects of it. So yeah, I'm really excited. I already have it pre-ordered, and I can't wait to play it Thursday night and not sleep for that night.
Yeah, I mean that's fun. It's always fun staying up. When you get older, it's not, but we're not that old yet. We're still young and fresh, nubiles. So
We're still young and sprung.
Yes, we're not like we're not like, oh, I gotta not do this because I'm gonna die.
You guys can say that. Like I'm 23 now, and I'm already feeling like I'm 47.
Get out
Okay,
of the way,
Grandpa.
Gramps. It's time for the new kids to come in town.
I mean, Margaret does have silver hair.
These damn kids on my highway.
Or is it Platinum Blonde? Haha.
All right,
Platinum blonde damn kids.
all right, guys. Let's talk about our game of the year now.
Yeah. All right.
Oh boy.
All right. Oh, Hardo, you want to finish this off?
Yeah. Oh, using that line back on me. All right. My game of the year, besides like little small indie games like Into the Breach, I told you guys about that last time, or fake last time, but it's like this game at BFTL. It's like a real-time strategy, sort of like, oh, you're fighting these bugs in these mech suits, and you have all these mechs have different powers and such, and you know exactly what the bugs are gonna do, like the which of the monsters or whatever, and you like. So you know what they're going to do, when they're going to do it, and how they're going to do it, and you're just like, oh, great. You have full control. It's way more fair than FTL, but also harder. Robo, you agrees? He's like, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, we love
But
that.
yeah, he really loves fighting them monsters. But besides from that and stuff like fun party games like Super Mario Party, which was a nice return to form and just like really nice and great game all around. My game of the year would have to be Spider-Man PS4 for sure. I mean, the story is so good. You're so invested in the story of Peter Parker, and I'm so glad they decided to like set it like years after, like 5 or 10 years after he became Spider-Man. Do you know, Margaret?
It's about 8 years.
8 years, yeah, 8 years. I'm so glad they decided to do 8 years after the whole Uncle Ben thing, because Uncle Ben is at this point is like Bruce Wayne's Batman parents. Like we know he dies. It's sad, but like, do you really need to show it again? Like Sam Raimi already showed it to us like in its perfection. So, don't worry about that. So being able to just like hop right in, like, yeah, Spider-Man. It's amazing. It's so much fun. And like what they did with Doc Ock. Wow. That's I was never expecting such like actual like genuine emotion coming from this game, and like I felt terrible at the end of the game because I was like, what happens, and I'm just like, oh wow, that's oh jeez, and it's crazy. It's crazy
Did you
because
play the DLC?
oh yeah, I played all the DLC too.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
DLC's great because it's like it's definitely like we wanted to add this, or it's like this is what's going to be in the next game, but we can't quite show it yet, and stuff like that. But yeah,
All the teasing.
I didn't expect so many characters to change throughout that. Like, I guess we're gonna talk about it. I want a little spoil thing maybe for the DLC because it's more recent than the actual game itself. But like Mary Jane's going to like a third world country to like report and stuff, and it's like Peter's like, oh geez, oh god,
Uh-oh.
please be okay.
That's actually
Oh,
good.
no.
That's actually good because like we don't get any more Mary Jane sections.
Yes, it's like the one thing people don't like.
Oh man,
They
and at
literally sent her away. Like,
go away, Mary Jane. We don't need you. Bye. Oh, that's sad. But they also oh sorry, what were you saying? It's coming through.
oh, so we also just have Miles here.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh yeah, Miles, because at the very end it shows him taking his first swing. And
Yeah.
it's funny because I played that after I saw Spider-Verse, so I was like, ooh, that's kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Did you hear the Jameson like podcast after like he takes the first swing?
Why? What is
He
it?
literally has a heart attack on the podcast.
Why? Because he sees Miles?
He sees Miles and he's like, "Oh my God, there is a second Spider-Man."
Oh god, I need to
That's
go watch that as soon as
amazing.
we're done with this.
Wait, does he like actually
Yeah.
have a heart attack where he's like, ah,
Yeah, he
I'm
has
having a
it.
heart? Okay, he's just like scared. He's just like, whoa.
He starts freaking out like,
Oh yeah.
Such a Spider-Man.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Man. Like I'm glad he had a podcast, but I really want to see him in the next game. Like an actual like confrontation or something. Like he can still have his podcast, but like maybe like a cutscene. That'd be fun.
like someone kidnaps Jameson and Spider-Man has to save him. Ironically,
Yeah, that'd be great. And then like Spider-Man, like he comes up with some bullshit reason for why Spider-Man is evil in that place. He's like, oh, he did this wrong. Oh, damn it, Spider-Man.
so your
Yeah.
game of the year is Spider-Man.
Yeah, for sure, Spider-Man. Lock. Lock in.
Lock it, drop it, pop it.
Yeah. What about you, Margaret? What's your favorite?
It's my game of the year. I've been thinking about it like between like Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm gonna have to say Spider-Man because I've been playing the game and I've been replaying it because I just find it so amazing how all everything Spider-Man, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, as a fan of the Arkham
Like the
games,
story.
yeah, like it's like so good to be back in it.
Yeah, like I was really big fan of those Arkham games. Like I'm actually like the biggest Batman fan here, probably.
Oh, really? I like
Like my
Batman,
top,
but I wouldn't debate you on that because I feel like you probably have more experience with him.
Oh
yeah, I
boy.
do.
Like, what's your
Like
favorite Batman
okay,
story?
so Batman story would probably be, I'd say, The Long Halloween.
Oh, very nice.
Batman,
Yeah.
how much it has the
But
previous
like,
films and
okay,
media.
so like speaking of Spider-Man, I really enjoyed the story.
I mean, yeah.
I just think that like they could have given more time to like Rhino, Scorpion, and Vulture.
Oh, yeah, because like you
Yeah.
fight them and it's like really cool fights. And like it's like you meet them, you mess around with them, then you fight them and it's like that's it. They're gone.
Yeah. I know like they had experience with Peter in the past, but like sometimes I just wish they had more like, I guess, screen time.
Yeah, the bosses feel a little bit the same. It's just pull an item down from somewhere, hurl it at them, dodge, then go in for a punch or web them up. It feels kind of the same most of the time, but that's
The best fight
okay.
is between Vulture and Electro. Like that's the best fight.
Dude,
That is cool.
It's the coolest boss fight I think like ever. Not ever, but like in that game, it definitely.
it makes me sad how much of a pushover the Scorpion is, like in his boss fight with the Rhino.
Oh yeah, he's just kind of
Kind of like 2 hits.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, it's not great. I also like
Yeah.
one detail in that game is that like it says that like you can like find a like article about Electro or whatever, and Spider-Man's like, yeah, Electro was tough because he's like the first super powered villain I ever faced, and it's like that's so interesting. Like I like that history, especially when you meet up with him
Mhm.
later, and he's joking around with Electro, and I also and like they've been it's also like implied that they've been like fighting each other for so long that like Electro's actually like talks back with his quirks, or not his quirks, but like his jokes. Like he like Spider-Man did the Rocky reference and then like Electro like completed it and Spider-Man was like, "You got my joke." Oh, it's so cool.
I haven't
That was
finished
great.
I haven't finished Red Dead Redemption 2 yet, so I can't really name it my
Who
game of the year.
has?
Yeah.
only a few select chosen warriors have.
Like 2
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, and
Both play
Spider-Man's
together.
voice actor-
Uh,
Spider-Man's voice actor is Yosuke.
oh yeah,
You're playing as Yosuke.
oh yeah, we're
Spider-Man.
playing as Yosuke the entire time, and then
Yeah,
Rise
and
is
you're also playing as
Mary
Marth.
Jane.
Marth from Fire Emblem. You're also playing as Marth.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
pretty cool.
Mm.
Pretty cool.
Oh, yes.
Split the two Kukuracha and hms.
No, let's not do that. Margaret, you done? Or sorry, I didn't. Not you're done. That's rude, but
Like,
Are you done yet?
sorry.
Oh yeah.
Are
Okay,
you
pause,
finished?
pause,
You want?
pause for a minute.
anything else?
Pause.
Yeah.
It says pause. What'd you say?
Pause.
Okay.
You can cut this little part out, and then I'm just gonna say, yeah, that's my game of the year.
All right. This is gonna be so weird, but I kind
Dude,
of like
like,
it.
I honestly want to see how you come up with this.
I'll have
like-
to do. I don't think it's gonna come out Tuesday. That's all I'm saying.
Do this, right? We can
I'll try
just
my
create-
best. Yeah.
We can create like samples of what, do some edits, like just come. We come in basically this chat room. We just say our lines and whatever else we would need to fit in. So the
Oh,
podcast
like
can
if
make-
we needed something else, I'll just call everyone up individually and be like, "Hey, just say this line."
like voice actors,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
All right, you can cut this out.
Okay. Jackal, what about you? What's your game of the year?
My game of the year is going to be God of War because I love the writing, the dynamic between Kratos and his son, trying to grow up in a world that even he's trying to get used to. And then the gameplay is like the combat, the Spartan Rage, just all the puzzles too. It all feels so smooth and rough, and it's heavy, but it feels so right. It's like what it still carries on bits of what God of War was, but it's still so good. And then like visually, like all the backgrounds, the pathways, even the enemies, they all look so beautifully rendered, and I just love playing through the game. And then the idea that it's all done in one shot, there's no loading screens throughout the entire game, I found that very impressive, and it's probably one of my favorite aspects of it.
Yeah, it's
Like there are
really
moments in the game where I kind of cried because it was just so beautiful to look at, and it was also like these emotions between the characters. I also love like the meme where it's just Kratos saying "boy."
Boy.
Boy.
Read it, boy.
Boy.
Give me my
Come here,
axe,
boy.
They even did the meme at the Game of the Year awards,
Yeah,
and I'm happy.
I know.
All right, that's it for me.
Oh,
God of
hold on,
War.
hold on,
10
hold on.
out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay, real quick before we get to Rivers. What do Spider-Man and God of War have in common, everyone?
PS4
They
exclusive.
both have boys.
Incorrect. What they have in common is that the developers had so much fun that they recreated memes using the models from the game.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god, yeah, because they had the Spider-Man pointing thing and then him sitting at the desk. Oh my god.
Kratos, like, doing the Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson picking up the computer and throwing it in the trash thing is my favorite gif, I think, of all time.
I keep forgetting that's official. Gee.
And then, like,
They listen to their fans. It's perfect.
and then there's, like, what is his name? What's the kid's name? Like his actual name? Not the spoiler name, but his real name.
Atreus.
Atreus. I like Atreus like sitting at the computer typing and then like shaking his head and like giving the thumbs up. That's great too. They just look so great. I love it. But yeah, that's what they have in common. They're great memes. Memes. Meme.
They keep up with their fan base, and
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah. And finally, Rivers. What's your game of the year?
Octopath Traveler. I'm a big fan of Bravely Default and Persona, right? And that game just feels like a beautiful mix of it. And the character I chose was Therion, who's voiced by Kerberter. Kerberter. And I'm a big fan. It's great.
Hold on. Excuse me for not knowing much. Does he also voice Reagan, or is that someone else I'm thinking of?
He does an English dub.
Oh my god, Reagan English. I love Reagan's English voice. Very nice.
It's so great.
Anyway, yeah, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just really in love with the game. I'm at all my characters are at level 40, and my waifu in the game is Tressa, who's 18, so she's legal, lads. She's legal.
But you ain't.
Okay. I'll find you.
Ooh, damn.
I'll find you.
Get destroyed.
I will kill you. One man ended my career in 2 seconds.
Yeah, you just got destroyed.
My career is over. I would like to thank my mom for what she done for me, but I guess my career is over. What? No, Mom, not right now.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well,
Good. This is a great podcast, man.
Yeah, it was a great podcast. Yeah. We may have some
This is
problems,
probably-
but we'll
This is
fix
the
them
most
all.
honest podcast I've ever been to, honestly.
Aw.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank my guest,
Thank you.
Robot. My favorite guest, Robot.
My
He
favorite
was a
guest,
great-
Robo Jackal.
Favorite-
Give us a
favorite-
hold on.
Beep boop.
Oh.
Oh, I guess Margaret is here too.
Yeah, Margaret, sorry. What were you saying? We're being really mean.
I was just saying, like, this is probably like the most fun I ever had on a podcast.
Oh, that's so
Of the two podcasts that I've been on, like, this is probably the most honestly funny.
Well, we're just kind of talking
That's
for an
'cause you
hour,
were
but
in
thank
it.
you. That's very much. I don't really want this to be like some big thing where it's like very like controlled and like, all right, here we go. Here's our
Yeah,
next
it's
topic.
friends being friends.
Yeah,
Well,
I really like what we have right here, where it's just our friends and we're just hanging out and talking for like an hour and a half. That's great. I love that.
Yes.
No matter how hard it may be to comprehend sometimes. We'll figure it out. I mean, I'm still new to this, very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And that's okay.
yeah, yeah. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. It's fine. No problem.
All right.
But yeah, that's about all the time we have to go have. I have to, go do some stuff and all that. I'm sure these other guys are pretty busy too. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, I've been El Hardo. You can find me on Twitter at @EY_firearms. And how about you guys? Where can these lovely people that are maybe listening to this find you guys?
You can find me at Margaret at Margie Jojo Fan on Twitter. You can also find me on Discord as just Margaret.
Do you have the?
You're gonna have a tough time. You're gonna have a tough time to find me though.
It's a scavenger hunt.
That's on you guys.
What about you, Jackal?
So
You can communicate with me through Twitter at my handle U_investigates. I post memes there every now and then. If you don't already know who I am, then what are you doing listening to this podcast? It's like, either way, robot out.
what a good send.
Yeah.
What a
And
good
I'm
purpose.
Persona Says. At Persona Says. You can add me on Discord, which is in the description of my account. Handles Persona Says, just Persona and Says. And that's pretty cool. It's pretty say.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. We'll see everyone listening here later, I guess, and tune in next time. Bye.